In an apartment building high above the skylines of Coruscant, Padme stood over the balcony, staring out at the numerous speeders flying by. Despite only living on the planet during her passing trips to the Senate, even she was able to tell that the city's lights were no longer as bright as they used to be. And yet, despite the destruction the war has brought upon the galaxy, everyone was just going about their business as though nothing had happened. Sometimes she felt as though she was the only one who noticed the real cost of what this war had done. And even nearing its end, deep down, a part of her knew that the Republic was never going to be the same again. Unbeknownst to her, Anakin was standing just outside of the balcony. What could only be described as love in its purest sense, his eyes remained locked on her. With the war pulling them apart, it felt so long since he had last seen her. Padme soon realized Anakin was standing nearby. She didn't turn around, however. She only continued to stare out at the endless skylines of Coruscant. Anakin, said Padme softly, do you ever feel this war could have been avoided? Seemingly oblivious to her remark, Anakin responded with an unrelated compliment. You are so beautiful. Confused, Padme turned to face him. Anakin, I'm serious. In a prideful manner, Anakin replied, there's nothing to worry about. The war is already over. We're just sweeping up the residue now. Letting out a sigh, Padme replied, you're missing my point. Either way, it's best we don't dwell on such things. Gently, Anakin placed his hand on the bump of her stomach. There's more important things to think about. As much as she didn't want to drop the subject, she knew this conversation was going nowhere. Maybe you're right. It's not worth getting worked up over. That's what I'm saying. The Republic will always be there. We should be focusing on our future. In that case, added Padme, have you figured out a name for the baby? I'm still considering. I was thinking of perhaps something noble and courageous. How about Obi-Wan? Replied Padme with a sly smirk. Letting out a soft chuckle, Anakin replied, well, that's not exactly what I meant. But it's probably true.